Guys, so this is part 2. So after she proceeded to ask my husband, does he think that he's acting civil, or when all he did was ask a question to, what's your manager's name? Do y'all have a hierarchy or a chain of command that we can call since y'all don't know anything? And then she proceeded to say, do you think y'all are handling this civil? Nobody. He said yes, because nobody's yelling, nobody's screaming, and I'm just talking to you. She proceeds to stand up and say, hey, and raise her voice a little bit. At that point, my antennas go up. Because when you start raising your voice around a man, that automatically assumes that in some situation, most people assume that you are in danger or you are a threat. And what you're not going to do is put my husband in a situation to where it can escalate to a point where my child might be traumatized, or we as a family might be traumatized. So when she said that, I said, oh, hell no. Nah, now you're trying to set us up. Because this is the same girl who told us to sit down, but then turned around and called the attorney and told the attorney that we refused to leave and that we were escalating the situation. So, D.R. Horton, I'm very curious to see if y'all can run those tapes back and see us sitting with our child watching Bluey after your employee told us to wait. So I'm very curious, and why your attorney called our attorney and told him that we were escalating the situation and refusing to leave when y'all told us to sit down. Anyways, after this same girl said, hey, told my husband, let's fucking go. I said, because we're talking to fucking brick walls, because they don't know who their managers are. They don't have any managers. According to them, they don't have any managers, and they cannot release managers' names, even though we know that the warranty manager is Anthony. We already knew that, but you can't give us that. But how do we get that? Because you can look it up. So they're just playing games at this point. I tell my husband, let's fucking go, because we're talking to fucking brick walls at this point, and they about to try to set us up. And she says, you will not use profanity in this building. You can get out. And she proceeds to walk around the counter. And I said, I am fucking leaving. And while we're leaving, she's walking behind us, antagonizing us. Y'all could have a great weekend. Thank you. Y'all can have a great weekend. These are the people that D.R. Horton hires. And these are the procedures that D.R. Horton does. They don't call you back. They set you up. Our attorney contacts him, 2-3 weeks go by, and then he contacts us. But for some reason today, he was quick to contact our attorney and blow his phone up and tell our attorney that we were refusing to leave and that we were escalating a situation. Y'all, this is why I perceived that it was racial profiling, because on no account ever would I think any other race would go in there and ask to speak to a manager that they would say that they were acting civil, or they would set them up to a point where you would tell them to sit down and then send the email out saying that they're escalating a situation at no accord. So for me, as a wife and a mother, my husband would never be put in a situation to where I feel is dangerous to him. Once she started raising her voice and my husband absolutely said and did not raise his voice, that's when I got agitated. And like I said, there's always 3 parts to a story, but I am very transparent to say I got agitated and I told them to shut the fuck up and that we were leaving. But the fact that she wanted to antagonize me, it could have went a totally different way if I was unprofessional. You don't antagonize somebody after you don't want to give your manager's name when it's all over the website. I'm just not understanding. So my bigger issue with D.R. Horton is, one, why your employees feel like it's okay to lie on customers. 2, why, when there's a legal litigation, y'all are so caught up that we can't even ask for a manager. 3, why don't y'all return calls? 4, why does your attorney think that it's okay to go off of what somebody says? You're an attorney, so why would you even go off of what somebody says and then think that is right? So all in all, D.R. Horton is definitely full of it. They definitely take people's money, especially veterans. My community is 90% veterans and active duty. And when I tell y'all, I'm going to post some screenshots on our page of how these houses are falling apart. And they don't care. They have took the VA loans money. They have lied. They will cover it up. They will do whatever they have to do. So please beware of D.R. Horton, and please read those contracts, because their arbitration clause is totally different from everybody else's, and it puts you in a position to where we are now, to where we have a $600,000 house that is falling apart. And to be fully transparent, I'm about to show y'all what some of my house looks like. And it's not even 2 years old. Y'all, this is the side of my house. As you can see, look at my nail. Our window is not even on the windowsill. And it goes all the way down. And it's falling apart. Oh, it gets better. Let me show y'all the inside of my $600,000 home that started cracking within 3 weeks. Y'all, these are all walls. As you can see, the lights, it is cracking all the way through. Y'all, look at our floor. This is our house. Oh, it gets worse. I'm about to show y'all our closet and our actual bathroom in the shower where it's cracked. So I'm pretty sure mold is growing in there too. Y'all, look at this crack. This is our shower. This is our bedroom closet. This is the outside that they tried to epoxy and then the crack disappeared. As you can see, this is a water leak. Every time it rains, because there's so many cracks in our house, it leaks into our garage. So I'm sure there's mold. So I'm showing y'all all that to say, just beware of D.R. Horton. I'm being so honest. Like, we did our due diligence. This is our second house that we bought. So we had the inspectors and they still covered it up. And I'm pretty sure the city inspectors also covered it up. But the fact that D.R. Horton does not take accountability is a bigger issue. And the fact that D.R. Horton is so grimy when you get to the point of you're this close to actually suing them and actually winning, that they will put your family in jeopardy. They will put your values in jeopardy just to keep your money on a product that is unsafe. So if you got a VA loan, or if you worked hard for your money and D.R. Horton's in your neighborhood, even though the floor plan might be nice, please look for something else, because there are so many different home builders that also have beautiful floor plans that their quality is just so much better. There's a reason why you get so much house for D.R. Horton at a cheap price, because $600,000 in Texas is medium in the city that I am in, San Antonio. And if I could go back, I would do it again with a different builder. But at the end of the day, this is our testimony, and I'm pretty sure that once we get through it and get finished it, we are definitely going to be advocates to new home buyers, to veterans buying homes, and just to people around the neighborhood, just to help them out, because right now this is not it. And D.R. Horton, count your days, okay? Because one, you're trying to take my money for this shitty house. Two, you really try to set me and my husband up to a certain point to where it really could have traumatized my child or my family if the cops were called, based off your employee who just bold-faced lied in there, okay? And three, just do right by people. At the end of the day, if you do right by people, it comes back to you full throttle. So, yeah.